Hey you guys, happy Tuesday, June 30th, the last day of June, like I had to tell you that. I am downtown. We are downtown, well I am downtown. Joe and I will be downtown over the next 2 days. We're making members videos and I had to come down here to make one of them today and we'll be down here to make another one tomorrow. I don't know that I'm gonna live stream tomorrow, but you never know. So I figured we would try to, I figured we are early. I figured we would try to go to the Bank of America garden since we kept talking about that last time and didn't really make it over there. Hey, Carriopolis! We're wicked early. I had screwed up the schedule a little bit. I think I had art night as this Thursday. It's actually next Thursday. It's usually the first Thursday, so I think I set it up before I had actually fully checked. So I was updating things today and I realized it was next Thursday. So next Thursday is art night. We'll do a live stream a little earlier on Thursday downtown because we're gonna go to the Broad to see the Yoko Ono thing on Thursday night at like 5:15. I'm really excited. Free, it's free. The Broad is almost completely free. I'm sure you have to pay for parking and maybe that mirror room. I don't even think so. So Joe and I will go to see the Yoko Ono display. I'll take some pictures or whatever I can and put that up. But we'll be making a members video or two over the next couple days to drop early in July. I'll try to make a couple more this month since I kind of fumbled on my Marilyn Monroe biopic. Just kidding, it wasn't a biopic, but you know what I mean. A library. Right over there to our left. We are gonna keep crossing. We're not gonna go to the library, but we are gonna take a left on Grand. Brave the hill. Maybe we won't brave the hill. Maybe we'll just take the stairs. Hey, mountain bike. Sorry, we were supposed to go on at 3:15. I came down here to, Joe and I are making some members videos. I want to get ahead of them so I can put out a couple extra, maybe like 3 this month or 4. And so I came down to start something. We're gonna finish it tomorrow. I'm not gonna live stream tomorrow. And I finished earlier than I thought I would, so here we are. Also, I meant to schedule it earlier for like 2:30 instead of 3:15. I don't know what happened. I actually scheduled it for July 2nd for next Thursday. Anyway, here we are. Enough of that. So we'll take a left on Grand. We'll walk towards Mocha and the Broad, and then over to Bank of America. Wow, 28 miles, that's insane. How long did it take you? How long did it take you to drive to ride the 28.5 miles? Let's just say 28.5. I like to round up. Hey. UVAJD, is it hot over there yet? I keep seeing the news on the East Coast heat dome. If it is really hot and humid in Vermont, you're going to be kind of bumming that you're not here. It is all of 73 degrees. It's a pinch humid, which makes it feel like it's 77 degrees or 75 degrees. But it's really kind of quite pleasant. Hey, Lori McGee! Happy Tuesday. We're in DTLA. We're heading towards the Bank of America building. We're right by the city library. One Bunker Hill. The USB building, US Bank building. I read an interesting article this morning, or a paragraph of an article. They are actually taking the old downtown World Trade Center. I feel like that's over here somewhere. I've walked by it. It's not like in a area that we go in, but they're going to turn it into 500 residences. It's going to take like 2 years. But 500 much needed residences in Bunker Hill. So I think in the interest of being lazy, I'm going to take the escalator. We'll get the view from behind us of the library, and I think that's the first cyclovia I've missed since I started going to them. I'm a little bummed out, but I really kind of felt, well, members voted for the beach, but I honestly, and I would have gone to cyclovia if they didn't, but I honestly felt like I just could use a beach day. And as luck would have it, we weren't able to stream that long because I forgot my cord. Actually, I'm not sure. For that area, it might be like publicly assisted because it's retrofitting a building. There's also some building down here. It's an AT&T skyscraper. It's that one. I think it's completely empty because it's from the 60s, right? And probably full of asbestos. But it wouldn't surprise me, every time they build a new building, they do set aside some affordable rents. I don't, like Section 11, Section 8, I'm not sure what it's called, sorry. But they do set aside some affordable rents. But not many, like I think 10% of a building. Jesus. I'm sorry you missed it. I missed it too. I'm sure somebody live streamed it. I can't be the only cyclovia streamer. He's looking into a piece of glass that is shaped like a diamond, in case you wanted to know. He's looking at the prism. Something I kind of get mesmerized too on occasion. Library, but we are heading up the escalator. I know this guy wants to push that button, so we'll let him do it. We're heading our ultimate destination right now, allegedly. I think the AT&T building is full of asbestos. I don't think the World Trade Center is. The AT&T building is a 60s building. They've been trying to offload it for a long time, and I feel like it keeps falling through because it's probably harder to clean up. All right, escalator. At least we'll let the people in front of us go up the escalator first. And those people also. Anyway, let's take the stairs. I can walk slow. Sorry. I am wearing pants today, which I gotta do laundry tomorrow. That's another reason why I'm not gonna live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is dog bath, laundry, and July cleaning. Now that we've started to have the windows open, it's pretty dusty. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right. Okay, one escalator. We'll just look behind us. Hey guys, if it's your first time here, please feel free to like and subscribe. I noticed when I look at the ratio of subscribers to watchers, it's kind of a good ratio, but it could be better. I think we're at 46% subscribers, 54% just watchers. Feel free to give us a like and subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it's like a hug from the algorithm. The bell again. The bell. The library again. Whoop. Yeah, I figured. A little stair, a little escalator, a little tiny naked lady statue. It's all worth it. The statue, which is the source, is the beginning of the water supply. So this is supposed to be, I forget. Anyway, the Zana Madre. How's that? There's the Bank of America building. Probably can just walk on this side of the street to get to it. Probably not. Always tricky. So, when they made the agreements to like tear the whole city down and build all these buildings, they made an agreement to like build public parks on everything for people to go to, which is really nice. We've been to some of them, but they also don't make them easy to go to. The Bank of America one, which we're about to get to in a second, maybe 20. This one's totally hidden. And on purpose. There's a lot of funny things about this building, why it's diagonal instead of straight on. It wasn't originally a Bank of America building, maybe it was Bank of California. Hey, thank you so much. I really enjoy showing you LA, and you know, I think LA and San Francisco, I watch Roy, of course, in San Francisco, and I feel like LA and San Francisco get a bad rep. I think, if anything, Roy has shown me how actually beautiful San Francisco is. I mean, I just get the news here in Southern California like you. You know, like you hear about LA, it's not as horrible. It's pretty alive downtown. Also, we have so many things to do in July. I got tired of making thumbnails this morning. So this whole area kind of used to look like this. And then, beautiful, right? In 1883. After World War I, it started to look like this. And then by the 50s, the city decided it was a blight and decided to bulldoze it down. So there really are two parks in here. I've been to here before for a members video. I've been here before for a members video, and I always get really nervous when I see a security guard. So who knows? But this is a space for the public. The public are supposed to be able to come here whenever they want to. I forget the acronym for it, a POSS, but it's a private grounds public space. Anyway. Oh my gosh. What's going to happen on July 1st? All the remote workers in California have to go back. I wonder if downtown will get a little busier. I would love a remote job. I just find it kind of hard to stay motivated sitting in front of a computer all day. I fall asleep easy, especially on my sofa where I would be sitting with my computer. So they wanted this to be like a place of art, these parks, or Bunker Hill, and so we've got huge 70s looking sculptures like this one. I am on my feet all the time. I can emphasize. I think it's better to not sit down too much. I believe that Winston Churchill said that. Look at how healthy he looked with those cigars. When I was a little kid, I used to confuse Winston Churchill with W.C. Fields. So there's another really special part to this garden, but let's just walk and check in the vistas and the art. So kind of like Disney, the park behind Disney, they've got some art, they've got lots of places to sit. You could bring your Subway sandwich. I feel like so much stuff can not be done from the office. I do feel like taking people out of offices probably hurt downtown economies because, oh no. Hey, Mark. Again, I don't have any skin in that game per se. I think people should be allowed to work from home or hybrid, at the very least. If they're really dying to get people back into the office, hybrid, maybe compromise. Can you imagine working home for years and then being called back into the office? I'm well.
Security. So this is private property.
This is actually public property. The park is built for everybody in the city in the 1960s. It's a POSS.
Not a park,
but this is a public space. I've looked it up on the internet. I promise you. Do you want me to look it up on the internet right now? Because before I came,
I work for the building and I know it's private property.
I'm going to double check it. What is your name?
My name is Ken.
All right.
If you want, I can show you the flag that shows it's private property.
I can also show you the citation that says I'm allowed to come here. So.
I would like to say.
All of these parks, which I was just, all of these spaces were built for the public when they tore this whole entire area down.
It is not.
Okay, all right.
Building at the
I'll show you sometime, but I've got people here watching, and I'm just going to move on and let you do your job, and I'll do mine. So, you should be able to come here, but apparently you cannot. So, I don't think I was wrong, but he's going to show me the plaque. I am just leaving. Whoops, hold on. Sorry, we're looking at the sculpture. Oh, so it's called a POPS, basically. So it's designed to be open for public use, but it's still private property, owned by, still private property managed by the owner. Generally, you can walk, I'm just looking at my notes here, you can walk around, casually film while the plaza is open. Security can't stop you from filming a public sidewalk outside the property. Maybe I got a little confused. So, anyway, this was a space, they can't stop me from filming here, and it's also pretty hidden, that if you didn't have a camera, you could probably come and sit here. I pulled it up in it's a POSS, so it's a privately operated public space. So it's really, to be honest with you, I should be able to do it here. But screw that. No, actually I filmed here a couple times before. So, I think also maybe they're holding an event. Yeah. So if you guys wanted to come down here and hang out, no problem, just don't bring your camera. So what I really have looked up, just so you know, I think I've read it. Anyway, that guy is like following me and we don't want to start a fight with somebody doing their job. Yes, refusing could be trespassing. I didn't refuse. All right. I wouldn't fight him, and I don't want to make him mad, and I don't really care, to be honest with you. I honestly thought, I feel like I had read somewhere that we have a little more fight to be there, but I just read that we didn't. I knew that it was public, for sure. No, he wasn't following me, to be fair. He was very professional. He wasn't following me, but he was watching me as I walked along the sidewalk and kind of mirroring me from the plaza to make sure I didn't try to sneak back in. Me either. Like, they took this land away from the people. The people! Give us some places to film. So you know what is really crazy? I also we're gonna go to the Yoko Ono show on Friday, and I actually am gonna try to film as much of it as I can, because you can film inside of the Broad. I looked it up, and I've done it before. Hey, Ken! No, he didn't pull out a spray bottle of pepper spray. Mrs. Meyer's pepper spray to get my eyes with. And also, like, the I feel like the parking lot guy, he definitely, he was more right. Like, I honestly thought I was righteous going into there. This is a public space where I can go. Anyway. I feel like the Dodgers are not playing the Padres at the Dodger Stadium, right? I don't know much about baseball, and what little I know about sport is really mostly consumed by World Cup knowledge at present. I'm making a joke. It was pepper spray, but it was in a black bottle, and it looked like it was like a pepper spray that you spray like Windex instead of just it's propelled. I'd never seen that before, and it was on his. Now I'm imagining things. I feel like it was also on his belt hook or belt loop in case of emergency, but it looked like a household cleaning product that said pepper spray on it. On the 11th and 12th, there's some pretty cool shows up here. We are probably going to try to go to the one on the 11th. On the 9th, we do art night next week where we'll go to galleries downtown. We're going to walk over there for sure also. It is my long hippie hair. I should have put it in a ponytail today. It makes me look more Vice, or not Vice, but like Vice TV, or what is it? It makes me look more like I'm a reporter that went to reporting school. So tomorrow, when we don't stream and come down here to make more of a video, or maybe get arrested, we will that say? Hey, El Green. Hola. How are you faring with the heat? Hopefully the heat has broken somewhat now as it's heating up across the East Coast, I heard this morning. That looks crazy. I'm really sorry to hear that. I know we could take a little of that heat. It's like 71 degrees here. Yeah, sorry, 71 Fahrenheit. But it's cloudy. Yeah, Ken, I've a couple months ago on the Dodgers opening day, we walked to Dodger Stadium and hung out in the parking lot. We walked from Union Station. There's all kinds of really cool, I don't know if we can see it from where we are. There's all kinds of really cool shuttle buses that get there, but shuttle buses just get caught in traffic, so there's this kind of secret walking route through Chinatown and over the 110 that we took. It was fun. I'd never been to Dodger Stadium other than COVID times. My only advice I can give you for that heat is, like, if you have windows that are open across from each other, just open them and stick a fan there, blowing something out. I don't know. Like, the air circulation really does it. Also, my only other advice to you, and this I know from experience, is I just don't let the sun in. I have blackout curtains in my bedroom because they face the west. I like to open the curtains in the morning because I get up at like 5:30. Today 5, yesterday 4, and the day before that 3. Anyway, so I kind of like it when the sun rises. But after 11, you have to shut them because if the room heats up, it's hot all day. The mattress is hot, the bedroom is hot. It's just terrible. Don't let the light in. Steve, it's hot in Canada too. So this is the Broad. We are going to come here, Joe and I, on Thursday to see Yoko Ono. It's free once a month, like kind of cool. I'm excited. Wow, 100 degrees. So we're gonna come. We'll film that. I think I started saying that earlier and forgot, or maybe I finished. And film a little of that for you guys. You can't take your gimbal in there though, or your tripod. But this is a museum that's totally free. I could go to any day. You can go to any day. MoCA, free. You can go to it any day. You just have to make an appointment. I wish you really could just walk in. Whenever I make an appointment to do something free, I always think I'm gonna get there earlier. I'm so sorry. When I grew up in the Northeast, and summers can get really muggy and miserable hot because of the humidity. Just like thick air, and if it's hot for a couple days, the house never ever gets cool because like the whatever horsehair plaster, whatever those 1800s houses are made out of, like just held the heat. I used to sleep on the back porch sometimes. So we missed that garden, but let's check out this one. They're not gonna kick me out. Unless he called over to the Disney Center. There's a guy with a stick. This is another POSS and totally public park. Well, not totally public, it's managed by Disney, obviously, but it's a beautiful, beautiful space to sit. Also a tribute to Disney's wife is up here. There's an amphitheater. There's all these fantastic trees. We're gonna walk out the other side. Angelo, how are you? Foxiest grandpa. That clicking is my gimbal, not my lung trying to breathe. I'm really getting my stairs in today. Good thing I'm not streaming tomorrow. The trick is AC. We have a window AC, which kind of doesn't do a lot, but we have this really cheap fan. It's huge. It's plastic. I think it's called the Tornado. It's not the Vornado, the expensive one, but it's a ripoff. No, it's called the Hurricane. And you put it in front of the air conditioner, and you face it up, and it just pushes the cold air all around. Yeah, this is a, God rest his soul, a Getty building. There are lots of people enjoying a nice lunch down here, so we'll try to give it to them. This is a fountain. No, Tornado. Maybe the Pornado because it is because it was cheap. It's made in America too, all plastic. Blue Ribbon Garden is what this is called. This is a fountain. It's supposed to look like a lily, but it's made out of all Delft blue china. There's lots of little nooks and cranny crannies to enjoy, but the views from up here are pretty excellent. And also, for some reason, these heights don't scare me too much. That is the train station you would get off at if you were going here. Wait, is an evaporative cooler the same as a swamp cooler? Hey, Lucy! There's a lot of cool stuff you can see from up here. I really like... There are a couple people that look like they're just here to read poetry on their phones, or maybe write poetry on their phones, or just have a moment of solace. We'll give it to them. Anyway, that tornado, I'm going to call it the tornado from now on, that fan is mighty powerful. I think it was like $40. It's huge, but it really like cools off our place. I'm cheap, so I don't really love to run the air conditioner for more than 10 minutes. Usually just to cool down after I come back from a walk. So Disney Concert Hall, the music center, right across the street. We're gonna cross the street here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please feel free to do one of those things. While we're at this corner, I would love to remind you to please like and subscribe. And also, I'm gonna try to make it across in 10 seconds, or the trash truck hits me. 4 seconds. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Oh, nerds. And let's cross here. Let's try to go into one more park that we go into all the time. Let's see, maybe the rules have changed for July 1st. So the music center, one of the first buildings that was built on Bunker Hill, Mark Taper Forum. We'll walk through there and the Jerry Moss Plaza, but this right over here, there are soccer matches today. I mean football matches, sorry, football. I think we might run into people watching one. I think I'm gonna head over to Grand Market after this and we'll check that out, and maybe, I hope Mary is here because I really want to buy a treat, and I told her I would on Monday, but we didn't end up doing that yesterday. Yeah, this is really cool. This is the Department of Water and Power. And it has this beautiful sort of moat around it. In addition to that, there's a little like natural California garden down here for everyone to enjoy. I think the garden at one time passed under the drawbridge to get there, or whatever that is. But we can't have those kind of things. Somewhere you can see all games. Like, people are really all out for the World Cup, like I never knew we could be. And people are visiting from all over the world too, and having a great time. Vito! Hola! From what I hear, they're having a great time. So on the 4th of July, we will be here, not here, but in this park. We've made RSVPs. We don't know how long we're gonna stay. There's fireworks and the largest drone show ever. Kidding. Fireworks and a large drone show at like before 9 o'clock. So Joe and I are trying to decide how we do it, because we would really love to show you a fireworks spectacular from here. I've only ever once seen fireworks go out from here, and it was from New Year's Eve. I can't tell you how tempted I am to run through those. I don't think it's allowed though. So Gloria, Molina, just ahead of us, is where the block party is going to be. 4 to 9 p.m. I have a feeling it's going to be insane, so I'm going to come in, I'm going to lose my signal, and I'm going to end up at the Disney Garden trying to see the drones, if they let me in. Do you want me to get any notes for you? Should I check on anybody? Make sure the door is clean. So Gloria Molina, Legacy Pathway. I think, and I could be wrong, this might have been where the old City Hall was before. No, I am totally wrong. This is probably just more Victorian houses. So while I have you here, while we're walking towards this, I want to thank you guys for being here and joining this live stream. This live stream and many, many others, 700 at this count, or maybe not 700 live streams, but almost, are brought to you by these fine folks, our members. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel. I'll slow down, because we always love to see this non-working water fountain. Did you say Meta? Are you talking about Meta glasses? I'm kind of love-hate Meta glasses. I love them if people use them responsibly, or, you know, like me, if I wanted to go in that park and film. But I don't know, there's some weird videos where guys go and approach women and ask them out and stuff, and then put them on the internet, that I think is weird. Also, there's this dude that goes around and embarrasses people with those glasses on, or maybe more than one dude, I'm sure. So this City Hall, this is also where they had the Turkey Fest the other day, where I got a free turkey hat. I didn't realize it said Chobani on the side. If it just said turkey, cool. I don't want to wear a yogurt hat though. I'll probably end up wearing it. Douche goggles. I remember when they first came out, I had a Christmas job in a store, and I was working with some guy, and he was wearing them and asking me to honor a sale price on something from a week ago when it was on sale, and I explained to him, and he just kept smiling at me and repeating the same thing over and over. And would your manager say that? I was like, anyway, I like, he was recording me. I've never saw it on the internet. I was totally nice and totally calm. I just got my manager. But like, I would like to use them. For example, I made a video at the Hollywood Museum. I feel like I could have gotten a lot more with goggles than I could have with my camera. I was just so overwhelmed there. Like you would have seen my, actually that wouldn't have been good. You would have seen my ADD overwhelmedness by all of the stuff they had at that Hollywood museum. So I feel like I don't really know how, it was explained to me a little bit how the soccer schedule worked. Like people play after they're out, right? They just play their scheduled games. And I think they should have scheduled more stuff in LA, but I don't think that they thought, from what I understand, that Los Angeles was going to be in it for that long. I feel like Mexico plays today, and they were going to do something at Echo Park Lake, but they couldn't get the something in time, so they canceled it. And the other place that had them was a park that is more neighborhoody, so I don't know how fun or sexy a live stream that would have been once we left the park. Me too. I really do think this is a pretty cool park. I hope one day it matures enough to have more shade, though. I feel like that's the thing that downtown LA could use. We all could use worldwide: more trees, more shade, more white roofs. I just feel like the two major parks down here do not afford a lot of shade. This being one, Gloria, Molina, but it's a great space for events and stuff. And then the other being Pershing Square, which is also a great event space, but devoid of trees. The crazy thing about Pershing Square was before World War I, actually before the 50s, it was full of trees. Before World War I, it was called I'm talking too much, too fast. It was called Central Park before World War I, and then it was named for General Pershing. And then in the 50s, they built a parking garage underneath it and tore up all the trees and the lovely fountains. Or maybe that was the 60s. And it's really like a hot pocket of a park. But you can see it in GTA. We'll probably walk by it today. It's on my loop. The skies are very disappointing. We have late June gloom. It's the last day of June, so the gloom is staying extra long time today. Right. There's a bunch of different flags. I think they want to get, it's almost the 4th of July. It's the Court of Historic American Flags. My favorite one is Don't Give Up the Ship. I have no idea what that's for politically, so I'm gonna take that back for now. Remember the time I mourned Brigitte Bardot? I didn't want to make that mistake again. I just like those colors.
Yes. Well, good luck with the fireworks, I guess.
Well, some of
Alright, Barshia. Hey, Osgay! Happy Tuesday. Oh wait, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's the Daily Planet. Right? Dragnet, Daily Planet. I just saw that poor little guy sitting there with the white-ish pants on, and he reminded me of I'm Just a Bill, even though this isn't Capitol Hill. Sunset, LA. Hey, you guys. Happy Tuesday. If you're just joining, we do this a lot, so much so that we named our channel after it. We walk all over LA County. Mexico versus ECU. I just got that bulletin on my phone. Ecuador, sorry. ECU. That's gonna be hard. I normally would root for Mexico. But we like Ecuador too, right? No, they won't. What, doesn't he look like a sad Bill? I'm just a Bill, sitting on my iPhone. I was pretty surprised and delighted that Paraguay won that game yesterday because they opened against the US and the US won. I still kind of rooted for Paraguay, right? And I had just read that they were like a scrappy little team that is surprising. I don't know if I would want to be called a scrappy little team, but you know, I know the preamble from that cartoon, We the People, in order to form a more, I could even sing it. I also know what a noun is because of those Schoolhouse Rocks, and an adjective. And an adverb. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. That's a fun one to sing. I just knew that they won. Like, I didn't know the details, but they are, I think I read that they were a team to look out for on the opening. I actually was surprised the US won. I'm happy for the US. We've been sort of the soccer, not the hottest soccer team in a while, despite our David Beckham. Hey, Steve! Happy Tuesday. We're just a wandering downtown. There's not a whole ton of stuff leading up to 4th of July to do, I've realized, but come this weekend and come July, there's like concerts, free concerts downtown. Pershing Square on Saturdays. The Plaza on, I think, Thursdays and Fridays. We have DTLA Art Night next Thursday. We're going to Chinatown on Friday this week. This Thursday we're going to come to DTLA also in the afternoon. Not an event, but Joe and I are going to walk. We're going to go to the Broad. And an excellent interjection. An interjection starts the sentence right. I learned a lot of stuff from Schoolhouse Rock, Sesame Street, and the Electric Company, actually. And then there was also a show growing up called The Alegre, which was a TV show to teach you Spanish a little bit. And I remember the theme song to that. Good old PBS plus ABC. ABC was the Schoolhouse Rocks. Also, do you remember Free to Be You and Me, or was that maybe just like a Unitarian thing? I went to a sort of hippie church growing up, and Marlo Thomas's Free to Be You and Me was a big thing when I was a kid and a teenager, actually. I'm gonna cross the street. I haven't looked at it. I'll take a look at it, Angelo. Is it Marlo Thomas? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't think about that too long. But I'll look at it. I do most of my responding on my phone, so I never pull up anybody's profile pic. But I'll start doing it. I mostly think people don't usually use their real picture, right? For their profile pic. I'm assuming that's not Cecilia. I do remember Zoom also, because Zoom was made in Massachusetts. 02134 was the zip code. 02134. I think every New England kid knew that zip code. Remember when they tried to make Zoom again in maybe the 80s or 90s? I think some things don't work for other generations. Like, I don't think Schoolhouse Rocks would work today. Do you? I will check it out. Yeah, your Zoom was the one that ruined it. The kids were a little too spastic. They weren't singing things like Rolling on a River. They tried to like get Zoom modernized, I think, and it just didn't work out. You think Baywatch will fail? I do too. I think that was the time that Baywatch came out was just a different time, and I don't know how that show will transfer if they make it like not about sexy people in bikinis. If they make it too woke, and I hate to say that because I am obviously pretty woke, but I don't think it can make it. I think we're different mentally right now as a nation. Oh my gosh, Haku, that Jack Sparrow, we used to go to the Thai night market in Hollywood, and he used to be there. He shows up at a lot of places, the Jack Sparrow. I don't really drink liquor, but I think Joe's brother got one of his drinks one time, and it was really good. Urban Andre, hey, happy Tuesday. We're downtown LA on a really cool Tuesday. Gray skies, last day of June gloom. What do they call it in July? Oh, I didn't think your brother's drink had alcohol either. I feel like you might have had a sip of it. I thought some of Jack Sparrow's drinks did have alcohol in them though. June gloom to the end, not July gray. Can I say something? And don't laugh at me. I'm kind of bummed out about America's quincentennial. I vaguely remember our 200th birthday, and it was insane. Everything was so patriotic. Again, I was a kid, so my memory and view of things is pretty small, but it just seemed like a really special year, 1976. And I feel like we're gonna come back to the market, between that fair in Washington happening, and I don't know, it just didn't seem like I want my 250th birthday back. Right? With the Smithsonian. That's what I heard. It was going to be like I read somebody's tweet who worked on it. It was going to be like I forgot what they called it. Not Fair of Fairs, but it's going to be like part Coachella, part Oldchella, part Farm Aid, and they would have name brand celebrities. Well, I think the leadership, I'm not trying to talk shit, but I think he kind of made it more about himself and his agenda, like rather than just celebrating where we are, where we've got to go. I like my country. It's got a lot of problems for sure, but it would have been nice to have a really super awesome party. Not that I would have gone, because, you know, I don't do Ferris wheels. And a broken Ferris wheel, forget it. Yeah. And then if we're not going to go full Kyle Kozlinski here, but I do love Kyle. Shit. Well, you know, the people make a country, right? I love American people. I love American people, and I also love, there's a lot of like videos right now about Europeans and people from other countries visiting for the World Cup and enjoying America. And watching those kind of, I don't know, it doesn't make me feel as bad. I do love the USA too. But you know what I love about the USA that most is that I can complain about it and do something about it. And yes, this too will pass. I'm gonna go home and needlepoint that into something.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Michael Starr! Hey, happy Tuesday. Angelo, have you ever been to the USA? Uh-oh. Who set Nightbot off? Just kidding. Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. Wait, you get paid earlier today? I mean this week because it's 4th of July on Friday? Tuesday night, just got paid. Dun, 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 dun. They're gonna bring the house down tonight at the Star. Do you have any extra days off for 4th of July? And Nightbot's our, Nightbot likes to toe the line. George Burger, happy. Here's the other park we have downtown. We're not gonna walk over there yet. I kind of want to go to the Grand Market. You know who Schumer is. Joe's always talking about Schumer. Chuck Schumer. I'm kidding. He's not. Tony Hemp. I agree. And it's a disaster. And no one's going. And it's going to be so hot in Washington this week. Amy. It is going to be a scorcher on the East Coast. I saw it on the weather news, or maybe just the news about weather. All right, so I guess that's the downtown trick. You just put a bag over the meter if you don't want to pay. I've never seen anybody do that before, but fun. Why can't we have things like those old world fairs, you know, the Chicago World's Fair? That's what I would love to see. And all not made out of cardboard. Anyway, the really nice thing about it was that it's free to attend. So it's not like you paid to go there for the broken Ferris wheel. You can't complain when it's free. I saw the prices of the food, and that was really, really, really crazy. All decked out. I mean, you can do pretty cool things with cardboard. When I was in 4th grade, I built an entire water mill out of cardboard. Not to work with actual water, but it never fell apart till it rained. I guess it's not free. Oh, I thought he paid for it from a private fund. Oh my gosh, we shouldn't get too political just in case, but yeah, we are paying for everything. Los Angeles. No, it works. It's a single angel, Los Angeles. Agreed, Sunset LA. Hopefully not with our souls. Just our taxes. Earwigs? I didn't even know earwigs were real. I had to go back and read that about Papa John. What's his last name? Schnatter? Papa John Schnatter? Why would I call a man named Papa John Schnatter or John Schnatter Papa? Like, that's not a Papa. A Papa is like a Gino. Papa Gianni. Or Papa John if it's the one from the Enya song. Papa John. Sorry, I'm trying to get Orinoco flow into Tony's head again. Oh my gosh, they have a bunch of Polaroids on a table over there. Joe. Don't tell John. All right, let's walk through here. Let's check out the donut wall. Game has already started. France and Sweden. They are... I have to keep an eye on my signal in here, but underneath here is a place where they are playing the game. In the basement, I guess that's what they would call it, versus underneath here. So it's a semi-air-conditioned spot set up to partake in the game. And free, also. Boop. Maybe not today. Oh yeah. Let's check it out. I'm just checking my signal. Let me know if I drop. It's a whole little like setup down here. I just see a security guard today and I'm not in the mood. This place always makes me hungry too. We never walk down this aisle because it's crammed. It's much easier to get through here on a weekday, but it is pretty busy today, I have to say. The donut line looks long though. Joe's not with me. I did bring Joe a donut home last time. Here we go. Of course. I think though I almost want to go to Donut Friend because it's less of a conundrum over there. Let's check it out. Donut Friend is right down the street. That's Donut Man, which is really awesome. Alanis Morissette. Butterfly with a Machete, a rock traumedy at the YouTube Theater, Los Angeles, 5/6/10 10 and 11. That line actually isn't that bad. Oh my gosh. If you're gonna get the peach donut, I had the strawberry donut last year. I need to try the peach one. It's like literally a pound and a half of donut and berry or fruit. Oh my gosh, is Ariana Grande there? I heard a story that she likes to keep her concerts hot. But I think it was 78 degrees. Wow, who set the thermometer to 80 degrees? That's not even comfortable for like lying around. Also 80 degrees, that's like hotter than well, people usually turn the heat on to be hotter than it is outside. It's such a nice day outside. 60 degrees is ideal because you don't sweat, and so if you drink lots of vodka, no one ever smells it. I don't drink vodka, by the way. I think I read that in Joan Crawford's biography. She liked to keep movie sets at 60 degrees so you couldn't smell the vodka sweats. Variety is the slice of life. It looks like these guys are enjoying a whole box of slices from Little Caesars and sharing. I would not share that pizza. Should I bring you home a Little Caesars, Joe? I don't even know where Little Caesars is around here. So if variety is the spice of life, that means I probably should choose an altar donut also. I am going to plug in my camera for 1 second because my battery is grinding down. Hang tight for 1 second. Almost there. Wow. Okay, let me know if the sound changes. Okay. Oh. A Snicker. Have you ever tried an almond Snickers? It's really good. Last summer, or maybe it was the summer before, they had like a pecan Snickers. It was like praline inside. It was actually also pretty good. Donut Friend is the next block up. I do have a sitting cloth. I am wearing pants. They're pretty light in color because it's summer, but we should be able to sit on my usual curb and not get dirty. I'm glad the Planet Fitness is not right next door to the donut shop. So should we pull up the menu for the donut shop before we go in there and see what they got? Hold, please. Did I call Mr. Donut? I mean, Donut Friend Mr. Donut. I do it all the time. I've never. The only Mr. Donut I've ever seen it is in Boston, and I never actually went into it. All right, I'm pulling up le menu. Pick up. Okay, they have a donut called an Angry Samoa, which is a vanilla cake donut dipped in dark chocolate and dot dot dot. I think that is. I think that is like a Girl Scout cookie. There's another one called the Bananaversary, a banana cake donut topped with a banana cake donut topped with light peanut butter. I'm not getting that one. I don't like peanut butter like that. I love peanut butter though. Vanilla cake donut topped with chocolate caramel, a band of Hostess, compassion fruit, which is out of stock, custard front drive, which I got last time, fritter seems forever, fudge ghazi, give up the toast, jelly sound, out of stock, Jimmy eats swirl, sorry, the king puff I've had before, maple bar, mochi donut. I really would wanted the youth brulee. So I think we're gonna try. I'm gonna try give up the toast maybe. And Joe, I will get you a fudge ghazi. How does that sound? All right, let's go in. I probably could have made it. Don't worry, Angelo. Right across the street from Donut Friend is none other than the Cameo. Carrot cake? I would love a carrot cake. I didn't see that on the menu. Although I will admit, it's kind of boring for you guys when you can't see the pictures. I should have had donut overlays prepared. It's become a donut favorite shop of mine. I feel like they used to have one in Silver Lake and I never went to it. But there's one of these in Highland Park and then right down here up ahead. Oh my gosh. That is pretty awesome, Hertz. I can't imagine. It seems like they sell out a lot of the donut varieties too. I would not want to work here because I would eat so many donuts. For real Z's. My donut friend is here. I always face it down so we don't look at the people that work here. Just the donuts. Oh my gosh. I wonder what the mochi front drive. An iced coffee, small. Thanks. And if one green sugar cream for sure, and then just a stevia, I guess. I have to make up for the sugar in the donut.
Would you like a bag?
Yeah, a small bag. I'm gonna eat one donut now. How do you have
So what's that?
the tip? Where's the?
Oh, it would be after.
Oh.
Thank you. I'll have to copy that up.
Thank you so much. All right, Joe, I got you a donut. Thank you very much. Okay. Donut time. Yeah. I like this little dirty spot over here. Don't look at it. It's in the shade. It's kind of a groovy spot. I do need my rag though. Hold please. I'm not sitting on the ground, just so you know. I've got this. Whoa. Okay. They're really, 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 really nice in there. Oh my God, I love old donuts. I worked at McDonald's one time and brought home like old cheeseburgers. I only did it once. Those were not as good as old donuts. But day old baked goods. Okay. So I got 2 donuts. I unfortunately think I got you a very similar donut to last time, but I won't show you. My donut is called Toast. It's a coconut donut. Oh my God, yeah? I really should tie my hair back. I do have hand sanitizer. I haven't touched anything other than that light button actually with this thumb. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is like This one's like, I wish I could give you a piece. This is like a toasted coconut donut, but it's got gooey caramel on it. I love it. Only bummer that about eating a donut here is, yeah. I feel kind of frivolous. This donut, it's not the kind of donut I love because it's like a squishy donut. I like a cake donut. But it is really good. And whatever this is, caramel, gooiness, coconutty, phenomenally delicious. There's this one and Highland Park are the only two, I think. And they also have a menu online. So you don't come down here for the creme brulee and it's gone. I'm going to try that next. Or Donut Man peach donut when it's back. It's so delicious. I wish Mary was here. I promised to get... Oh, thank you so much. It is very delicious. A little light reading. I'll catch that later. I'll bring that home for you, Joe. Make sure you stay hydrated. Right? You want to see Joe's donut? It's like something overdrive. I forgot the name of it already. What? It's got custard inside. It's literally the same donut I got. I'm so sorry. I'll just eat it. So you don't have to, Joe. Donut friend. Hey, Lonnie. Thank you guys for watching me eat a donut. So delicious. Oh, you're very welcome. I don't really know what that means, though. Is that a tattoo? The mark of the beast? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a little nap. Let's hope no one steals my camera. I'm just kidding. Alright. I've got a donut in my backpack. And an Alanis Morissette song in my head. Alright, we're gonna zip, grip my iced coffee. Is that what that means? You know, after seeing The Omen the first time as a little kid, I really wanted to find that tattoo in my hairline. I thought it would be so cool if I had those powers. I'm kind of joking. Whoa. I'm so dizzy after that donut. Alright, now to find a trash can. I'm a chocolate fiend too. For a long time, I was buying like chocolate chips thinking, I'm gonna make some chocolate chips cookies. And then before I ever got around to making the chocolate chips cookies, I would just slowly eat the chocolate chips. Handful by handful by handful until I didn't have enough for chocolate chip cookies anymore. I usually get a sugar crash or a sugar cranky. Or a pre-sugar cranky. I wonder if I have those crumbles all over my face. I didn't even wipe my face. Or like that drizzle of caramel on my mustache. I think that's what that guy was just looking at. The drizzle of caramel on my mustache. Gross. Oh my god. Did you shave them or dye the US letters on the back of your head, Angelo? Is it shaved or dyed? I've never shaved a shape into my head. I did have Mo from Three Stooges bowl cut for a long time. Also, I keep mentioning this, but I got the date wrong. I kept saying this Thursday was DTLA Art Night. It's next Thursday. And after Art Night is over, we're gonna go to Clifton's. I'm gonna try to continue the live stream. They may make me put away my thing, my gimbal, my selfie stick, my tripod, whatever you want to call it. But Joe and I have an RSVP for the after party, and so if you don't watch it that night and we can't get in, I'll videotape it with my camcorder, my backup camcorder I always carry around. Do I shave or wax? Neither, really. I shave my cheeks, and maybe once a month I shave my stubble down. And once I've shaved my stubble down, that's about as clean shaven as I get. They're also doing parties at Clifton's for soccer, for World Cup right now. They're probably getting ready for the next game. You also need a reservation for this. They're not going to let me stick my head in there. Don't even ask. But it's free. 6 o'clock. Get here early and get crunk. Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, and speaking of after parties, Joe will be live streaming today, right after this. Hey, Letizia. So I want to take a sec to please encourage you to like, subscribe, and chat. I am gonna set up the rest of my streams for next week, tomorrow when I'm not here and I'm not streaming. So make sure you hit the like bell, or the bell, or the like bell, or whatever that is.
When the light goes green, we'll do it. When the light goes green, we'll go. So they're out of the way.
Skate tricks. What? No, well, I'm talking about my plans for Thursday. It is Tuesday for sure. So, if you've ever spent any time in LA or know people who grew up in LA or grew up in LA yourself, Clifton's is pretty beloved and famous, and was a cafeteria, was open forever. And then hipsters took it over. And then they drove it into the ground. I'm kidding, I really don't know what happened. It just never took off as a more expensive place. So they have like, I can't remember how high, they have like redwood trees in there. So we're gonna get to see the forest. I am so excited. I was saying mountain bike that we're gonna go to Clifton's next Thursday, not this Thursday. I know, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm hoping that we can continue the live stream in there, although I'm worried about the signal, so maybe I should just shut it off and plan to videotape it, you know, as I'm often videotaping. On Betamax, of course. So kids, I'm gonna make my way back to my train station, but I'm gonna walk down by the Eastern building, then flip back up towards the train station. I do want to say, please, please, please hit that bell so you can join us for more live streams. And I also want to thank you for watching today. If you were just in the background watching, that's all right, because we love lurkers. Just feel free to maybe give us a thumbs or a sub. They honk for subbers. We're the most lit and active team on YouTube. I don't know that we're lit, or I don't really know what I mean by active, but we do stream an awful, awful, awful lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, not streaming. Chew all my fingernails down to the quick. Tea soups. We love the lurkers. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. Yo te amo lurkers. Ich liebe lurkers. Je t'aime lurkers. I know not all of those were Spanish. Oh yeah. Look, you can see dancing girls over here. Hey Joe, are you getting my text by any chance? No, you're not. Hold on. I'm just trying to contact Joe. Surprise! I don't think he expected to see me there. Angelo Van Zanten. All right. Well, 4 minutes. How's that? I've been texting you and they're kind of just sitting there. I apologize. I've been trying to give you a warning. I'm walking back to my train station. I'm going over to the Eastern building and looping around. My battery is to 20% somehow because I only had 40% charge on my battery. So I'm probably going to drop off soon before it ends itself. Lurkers. We do love our lurkers. Just subscribe. I want to like get over the. I want to have more subscribers than not subscribers. Is that selfish? I'm trying to hit. Please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 250,000 subs by July 4th, 2029. All right, I'm gonna cross the street here if the light ever lets me, and I'm gonna put my last battery pack in, the one that's really heavy. All right, I see the lights are changing. Marlena on the wall. Sorry. Enjoy the view for 1 second. I'm putting my camera on this dirty thing. Dusty, dirty thing. Imagine if this was my video, I mean, like my live stream, I just came somewhere and stuck my camera on top of something and hey, we're glad to make you laugh. We're good for a laugh. All right, let's walk down a little bit further. I got to... All right. It's a charging. I use sorry the way people use the word excuse me. I say sorry way too much. It kind of loses some meaning. And when I say sorry too much, I don't mean I'm overly apologetic. I just mean I use the word sorry inappropriately. I definitely don't apologize too much. Well, I already got 20% again. All right, we're gonna take a right on 9th Street. I haven't even shown this. Look at how gorgeous this building is. This is not gonna do it justice. You see those little hooks right there? Those are old cable car hooks for the old railway. This is the Eastern building. Just a gorgeous building, a department store, not a theater. Yes, Johnny Depp lived in this building at the top, I believe. We will go in it next Thursday because they always have some gallery action there. But it is one of my favorite buildings. There were so many buildings downtown like this at one time. You should look up. It's on my list. The building is not there anymore, but it's called the Richfield Building downtown. It was a building that was only built so they could place an antenna on top of it, but it was this insane Art Deco building that when they tore it down, they actually saved the doors and put them somewhere else. So I'm going to take a right up here. No, Angelo, this is this was a department store called the Eastern Department Store. Like they sold, I swear they had cattle in this building. And then the Orpheum right across the street. But further down on that street was the United Artists Theater, which we walk by sometimes, which is an amazing theater built by Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford, probably Charlie Chaplin. United Artists is an interesting group. I always thought it was a studio, but it wasn't. It's just a group of United Artists, hence the name. Crazy. The building is now, the Eastern building is now apartments. If that's the building, and if you're talking about the Richfield building, they tore it down. But this is an old May Company building, I believe. May Company department store. Oh, look, Charlie XCX. Rock music. I kept advertising Art Night as this Thursday because it's usually the first Thursday in the month, but it's next Thursday. We'll go into that building on Thursday to the gallery portion. This is a waste away building also. This is the Garfield building.
But like, why is like the basis going up and the other one's down? I don't understand that. Like, you could have very well shown it's still got because you put it wrong.
Bye, Tony. We'll see you later. I think the after party starts pretty soon. If you want to come back and watch Joe. What are you playing, Joe? Red Unalive Redemption. Thanks for hanging with us, Tony. I know it's going to be a good stream when we see you. I think the problem is that like this building probably is in shape in such a way that it's more expensive to try to fix, but it's also historic. I think we run into that problem in Hollywood. A lot of those buildings, like the bank, the Hollywood Bank building at the corner of Highland and Hollywood, like that's just too expensive to repair and it's too iconic to tear down. Alex, I'm so sorry you slept badly last night. I really... 80 degrees is pretty hard to sleep in. I know you guys are really having some terrible, terrible heat, and I am really sorry about that. I hope you get a break soon. I thought I read that all that heat was going to America, to the East Coast. I feel like I don't even feel like it's really been summer yet here in California. I mean, July is tomorrow, and we had a couple of 80-degree days, maybe one 90-degree day in May, but I really feel like it's been pretty temperate. Alex, the only thing I can offer up is cover your windows in the daytime to keep the sun out. It definitely will cut the temperature down in your house by at least 5-10 degrees. I hope it goes away. Whoa. Sorry. I don't. I was about to. Whoa, I don't like a street mattress. That's scarier to me than anything is a street mattress. Mike Jones! Hey. All right, Joe. I got that. I can't remember where they're putting it, but they're putting an Erewhon down here somewhere. We're not going to go to that or try to find it. No interest in a $20 strawberry. Things are expensive enough as it is. I was saying earlier in the stream, when I was younger and lived in New Hampshire, the summers were pretty unbearable sometimes because it's really hot and humid in New England in the summertime, especially in August. We would sleep on the first floor of our house, my whole entire family, front living room, back living room, kitchen floor. 1 year, only one time I slept on the kitchen floor. I slept on the back porch a couple of times. I know not everybody has a luxury of having a back porch. I do not have a back porch now. But I'm not sure if you live in an apartment or a house, Alex, but the lower, if you can sleep on the first floor, sleep on the first floor. I'm sorry you don't have a fan. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it was a really weird full circle moment. I just got a Reddit that said, why does this high-rise sit empty? And it was literally the AT&T building we were talking about earlier. I didn't read the article. For some reason, I was like gonna show you on my phone, but you really can't see the screen. Oh my God.
Maldito me volví.
The weather is beautiful. We usually will have like a hot week or like a hot 10 days, and I'm 12 miles from the coast. We're 12 miles from the coast. And I think that like downtown LA though, if it's like 80 something degrees a couple days in a row, these buildings just hold on to that heat. The porch is, well, the porch is really a nice sleeping spot, I have to say. I probably didn't think about mosquitoes or black flies, which were in abundance in New Hampshire at the time. I remember also like sleeping out in my friend's backyard with a tent, too, in the summertime when it got too hot. And then it being so cold at like 3 o'clock that we had to go back into the house. Babies! I remember I had taken a bus to New York City from New Hampshire, and it was probably like right after school got out for the summer, maybe my senior year or the year before, and it was really hot in New York in May and June, and not so hot in New Hampshire. And when I got there, I had shorts on. I arrived at 42nd Street bus station. I had to walk to 25th. You know I would do it, even then. So I had to go to 2 West 25th Street from 42nd Street. And once you got off of the bus in Manhattan and out of the train terminal, the bus station, like, wow. Sorry. It was so hot. It was like you're walking around in an oven. Hey, Angelo. Do you know Aunt Eleanor's? It's the LA's home for the Dutch Crunch sandwich. We were waiting for this place to open forever, and it finally opened. I don't really know if it's Dutch, but it's pretty cool. So I wanted to walk through Pershing Square, but it looks like it's all cordoned off, either for soccer fans and their families or concerts, upcoming concerts for this weekend. I wanted to show you how hot a park could be. How is it good? I remember I was waiting for Eleanor's to open like a year ago, and we kept walking by and it never opened. So that's really from the Netherlands. What's Dutch Crunch? What does that mean? So that's Pershing Square. I mean, and you can kind of see, like, it definitely was a park with really cool little buildings around it. The only sign that it was ever called Central Park is this apartment building up here, which literally looks like it's right out of New York. I'll wait to pass these guys and then we'll kind of zoom up. But if you think of like a stereotypical kind of New York building with fire escapes, oof, Park Central, this building here. And that building is old. Tiger bread. I'm gonna try that place. I've been wanting to go since I first saw the sign for it. We are in the International Jewelry District once again. Oh. I have the only time I ever get a cool breeze coming through my window is in the morning. The rest of the day it's not so great, the breeze. In fact, we close our windows. Also, this kind of sounds gross, but the warmer it gets, you know, somebody's dumpster heats up and usually can't smell it, but every once in a while. So I keep looking at the weather on my watch, and hold please. Sorry about that. It is 73. Yeah, no, sorry. It is. That's very sweet. 73. Air quality is moderate. I just want to see the humidity. It says it feels like 72. Humidity is 61%. I kind of feel it in my armpits. Jeez. It's really hard to text with one hand. I think the science behind it is they put huge fans up on the Hollywood Hills. I'm joking. You know that was their idea to get rid of the smog, was to put huge hills up on the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, white bread in general is not so good for the stool or for your anything that to do. No fiber. But you know, like brown rice has more something in it than white rice. So does that, I think, arsenic? Yeah, they had so many crazy plans when they were trying to get rid of the smog. I did a members video a couple months ago, not exactly a political reaction, but sort of reacting to the fact that we were getting rid of, you know, a lot of the EPA stuff that really, in California, the smog here is and was a joke. Like there were days that kids could not play outside at recess because the smog was so bad, and the people living here actually did something to change that, and now look at it. I prefer brown rice because I like to get all the fiber I can get. I put chia seeds in my coffee sometimes. I hope he waits for that lady because she is running. If that were me, the bus driver would have taken off. He would have pointed at me and mouthed the word ugly, get a haircut, and just kept driving. I wonder if I can walk. I can. I wonder if I can walk through here without getting pepper sprayed in the face. Hey you guys, I am taking a right up here. I am gonna hop on the train. We will see you on Thursday in the afternoon. Friday, Saturday, 4th of July, we'll be at the Molina Park. Friday, we're gonna be in Chinatown. Probably Alvera Street too, and maybe we can go and see if there's anything happening at Union Station for the World Cup, the Soccer Cup, as they call it. I am going to sign off right now, but we do have an after party. Joe is going to play a video game, live streaming Gaming in LA. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit there and you will be transferred right over there. I'm not going to go in the parking lot. I decided against it. Pepper spray me once, shame on me. I mean, shame on you. Pepper spray me twice, shame on me, right? It literally smells like a skunk. Not skunk weed, a skunk. But it's probably skunk weed. It is skunk weed. All right. So thank you so much for hanging out. Joe, what are you playing, by the way? Actually, both pepper sprays would be shame on him. I think Joe's playing Unalive Red Redemption. That's a different parking lot. That parking lot that I almost got pepper sprayed in, when I went back and thought about it, maybe even in the moment, it looked like I was trying to get behind the jewelry shops that were there. So I kind of get that. Oh my gosh. I don't carry any pepper spray. I just have hand sanitizer that burns when it squirts in your eye. All right. Red Unalive Redemption coming up. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Please stay tuned for the after party. Joe is playing Red Dead Redemption on Gaming in LA. Please don't forget that's who we are. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to do any one of those things. And know that we love lurkers. And these kids are having a good time. We are too. We'll see you tomorrow. Party on. Exactly. The cameo. That's where I was behind. You guys have an awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow.